Hello everyone, I'm back with another wrap-up video. So the TOMETOPPLE Readathon has just finished this past week, and I thought I would let you know what I ended up reading during the 2-week-long readathon. So it started on the 5th of June and finished on the 19th of June, I believe. And so these were the first 2 weeks of my uni break. However, they were also the last 2 weeks of my final assessments. So I had to spend a lot of time working on assignments and studying for an exam, which was so much fun and took a bit of time out of my possible reading. With that being said, I thought I would let you know what my TBR for this readathon was. You probably noticed I didn't do a TBR video for this readathon, but I did post it on my blog, which is always linked down below. It's just littlebookowl.com. Since I didn't have too much time to film because of all of my assessments, I just decided to do a blog post. And there I told you guys about all of the 6 books that I planned on reading during the 2 weeks. Yes, very, very ambitious, I know, but I was like, you know what, I might get a little lucky and have a lot of time to read. I did not. I really did not. So on my TBR, I had A Clash of Kings, Full Metal Alchemist volumes 1 to 3, that is upside down, The Beauty Myth, The Handmaid's Tale, All the Light We Cannot See, and Gemina. So these two and these two are all considered tomes, so they're all over 500 pages, which is what this readathon was about, reading a bunch of really big books. But I had to include these two here because for one of my final assessments, I needed to finish both of these books because I was including them in an essay. So I decided to squeeze those in there to get them done. And so in terms of what I actually read during the week, for all of these books as well, I'm not going to go into full detail because I will do mini reviews or more on my thoughts in my monthly wrap-up video. I started out by reading all of Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I read this over a couple of days and was just so in love with it. It was, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I had the chance to read this one, and I absolutely cannot wait for the finished copies to come out. I'm definitely going to be rereading this because there is a lot of artwork that's missing at this point. But yeah, this was such a good book and such a great way to start out a readathon because although it's about 650 pages, you do fly through it quite quickly just with the way that this book is formatted. There are a lot of pages with images and ones with not quite as many words, and even the pages that do have a little more text, they're kind of like instant messages or emails, so it's not the full text that you're used to in a novel. So that was a wonderful way to start out the readathon. I also read the last 170 pages of The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I actually really enjoyed this book as well. I'm so glad that I got the chance to read this one in my feminism course. Some of you guys have been requesting a video about the books that I've been reading in that course, and I think I might do one at some point because it really was an interesting one. Now this is a book that I had previously started listening to before the readathon, but since I did a bit of commuting everywhere, I listened to quite a lot of the audiobook. I basically listened to the last 225 pages worth of this book, so I thought I'd include that in there as well. So I listened to a pretty decent chunk of the book. So this one I did quite like. I really think they did a good job with this one as an audiobook. They had a cast of characters, which was really interesting. I do like having different narrators for different characters. Yeah, this was an interesting one. And then I read the first 130 pages of All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Myself and a few of my friends are in a book club, and this is the book that everybody's hoping to read in the month of June. I think they're also reading a secondary book, The Picture of Dorian Gray, but I probably won't get around to reading that since I still have quite a lot of this one to go before the end of the month. What I've read of this so far I'm really liking. I love the writing style, and I really like the short chapters as well in this one because you're going between the two characters back and forth quite quickly, so you're not missing out on their storylines for a really long time type thing. Kind of wish that I'd read more of this during the readathon, however, but my final English essay took me a really long time and it just took a lot out of me. So I didn't touch 3 of the books that I was hoping to read, and you'll notice this one, yes, this is one of the readings I needed for university, but luckily with this one I didn't need to read the entire thing in order to do an assignment about it because this is non-fiction, so the essay question was quite specific and I'd already read all the stuff that related to the essay question, so I was very lucky in that respect. I do plan on finishing this one though at some point because it's a very interesting read, and so these ones I didn't even look at them. I didn't actually take them off my shelves at all during the week, so I'm sorry guys. And there were also 5 reading challenges. I managed to complete 3 of them. The ones that I did not complete was to read more than 1 tome. I only finished 1 tome and started another one, and to take a graphic novel break. I did have Full Metal Alchemist, but I didn't get around to reading it. The challenges that I did complete, however, were read a tome that is part of a series, so Gemina. The second challenge I completed is to read over 500 pages in 1 week, and I finished this one in the first week. I read Gemina in a couple of days, and I read a majority of The Handmaid's Tale, I think, in the first week as well, which was a good 700 pages at least, and read an adult novel. So I would classify The Handmaid's Tale or World War Z, or All the Light We Cannot See as adult, even though I didn't finish All the Light We Cannot See. So any of those would work for that, so ticking that challenge off as well. It wasn't a total failure for a readathon, though I am kind of disappointed that I wasn't able to stick more closely with the whole idea of it to read thicker novels. So that is all that I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts on any of the books that I read down in the comment section below. But one question I do have for you is whether or not you participated in the readathon or not. During the past 2 weeks, what has been the book you have enjoyed reading the most? Definitely Gemina for me. Like, this was a serious roller coaster ride for my emotions. Okay, that's all that I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!